Hey Aquarius, welcome to your weekly forecast for July 5th through the 11th. This is also the week of a new moon. We've got a new moon coming up on the 9th. So we're going to see how these energies are affecting Aquarius, sun, moon, and rising in the week ahead and coming into the new moon. Those of you that are used to watching my readings, you know that in the weekly forecast, I try to focus on you. I don't like to look at other people. I don't like to look at relationships so much, but this new moon in Cancer is gonna be really kind of having a lot to do with our interactions with others and our relationships. Doesn't have to be romantic. It can be family, business acquaintances, friends, as well as love, obviously. So we're just gonna be open to whatever messages come in, okay? We might have stuff coming in about other people, but you know that I'm gonna try to focus on you and about you as much as I can. Let's see what's going on for Aquarius, sun, moon, and rising, and see what this new moon is going to be bringing in. So the first card coming up here is the Five of Wands, okay? From what I've been reading astrologically, this new moon in Cancer, it's going to feel more like a full moon to some people because it's triggering up feelings, it's triggering up vulnerabilities. And so my understanding is that this might be a little bit difficult for some air signs from what I've been reading. You guys will have to let me know in the comments as the week is going by if you feel anything different in the energy or if you just feel like it's like any other new moon. But this particular new moon is going to be like heightening emotions. And we've got the Five of Wands coming up. And this is significant because Five of Wands can be conflict, arguments, disagreements, especially with the energy that we're coming into. Now, I've been telling the other signs this in their videos as well. When I sat down to start doing the weekly forecasts, I had a giant flying ant the size of a helicopter come and land beside me out of nowhere. And when I looked over, it had a massive stinger. I didn't even know that ants flew, or that they could get that big, or that they sometimes have stingers. I had no idea. And I don't know where it came from. It came out of nowhere. And I had to like avert getting stung. Then when I went into another part of the house to get some water, because I'm going to be talking for hours here with the readings, I smelled fire, the smell of fire coming in from outside. I don't know if kids were playing with fireworks. I hadn't heard anything. I am in kind of a wildfire area. I don't know what was burning, but I smelled fire coming in from outside. And so these two things told me that for the collective, all of us, everybody right now, the people that are in this kind of journey that I talk about on my channel, many of us are going to be confronted over the period of this new moon. And there's going to be potential for getting stung, and there's going to be potential for the burning of bridges. It doesn't have to get that far. It doesn't have to get that crazy, right? I didn't get stung, thankfully, knock on wood. I didn't get stung, and there was no evacuation, nothing going on here with fires. So I just want to say that this to me is a message that the energies are going to be intense, but they can be navigated. They can be navigated, okay? What we need to know when Five of Wands comes up, typically this is going to be a conflict that can go on forever, okay? It's a conflict that can go on forever until someone breaks away from that and triumphs and prevails and is focused and is going in their path. So for some of you, Aquarius, you might have an ongoing issue that's being brought up again. Or you're like, oh my gosh, I kind of feel like it's like something you're like, when is this ever going to end? When are we going to put this to rest? When are we going to be done with this? And for a lot of you, Aquarius, I feel like it's something that you feel like you're paying for something that happened in the past. It could be in a romantic relationship. It could be in a family situation where you're like, oh my gosh, like we've talked about this, we've been over this, I said I was sorry, I've made changes, and yet this keeps getting thrown in my face. I feel, Aquarius, a lot of you have a situation that someone is just, digging up the past and throwing it in your face, right? They're coming in their DeLorean because they love coming back from the past, right? They're coming to you with this issue, or they're putting it in front of you. Now, I feel that because the Five of Wands is coming up here, a lot of you are realizing that, you know what? This person's never going to let this go. They're never going to let this go. Maybe I need to do them a favor and I need to walk away. Maybe I need to do them a favor and kind of free them, because they're not going to be able to free themselves. They're not going to be able to get over this. So some of you might just be kind of not burning a bridge, but disconnecting from it, like not engaging. On a more positive note, Five of Wands can be rising up in your career or self-employment, where you're beginning to make a name for yourself. You're being seen as a like a worthy competitor. You might be getting attention, okay, in some kind of way. And maybe for some of you, you're trying to balance that ambition and those goals with your friendships, your family life, and you might be feeling a little bit conflicted or a little bit torn, like, oh, I want to do this, but I should do this or should do that. There could be an inner conflict for some of you. The next card coming up here, Aquarius, is the Knight of Swords. Now, this could be your energy, as you are an air sign. This could be another air sign coming into the situation. But typically, Knight of Swords is going to be very fast-moving energy, and it can be drama, okay? It can be someone who's kind of coming in and bulldozing in a situation, or like steamrolling. Like they're coming in like they're just going to steamroll over everyone and steamroll over everything, and it's going to be their way or no way, right? Their way or no way. And to me, like when I flipped this card and I looked at it and I saw it, right now, I heard bone to pick, right? And my mind went back to the little flying helicopter ant with the stinger. So I do feel some of you have someone coming up to you in a way where they're really, really coming at you very harsh. Like they're really coming at you like they're letting you have it. Like you're just absolutely terrible. You're the worst. And you always do this and you always do that. And they're bringing up the past. But the fact that the Five of Wands is here makes me feel like this is someone who, for whatever reason, they feel like they're in competition with you. They feel like they have to prove that they're better than you. And you're just working on you, Aquarius. You're just trying to be the best person that you can be. You're not out there being flashy. You're not out there trying to make anybody feel bad or feel jealous. But I feel this person is like seething, like they're just boiling with jealousy, and envy, and competitiveness, and they see you doing well, or they see progress coming into your life, and they just can't handle it. They can't handle it. They can't deal with it. It's very, very frustrating for them. Okay. Now I do feel that this is an opportunity for a lot of you to just kind of step away and just not engage. I just got a visual of like the old cartoons when like somebody is being chased, like a cartoon character is being like the old like Wile E. Coyote and Roadrunner cartoons, right? Like, you know, setting up a trap, like they're gonna run and they're gonna stand in front of a building and they're just gonna stand still, and Wile E. Coyote is gonna come running as fast as he can, and at the very last second, Roadrunner is gonna move just slightly over to the other side, and he ends up like running into the brick building and seeing stars. Like, I feel that's how simple it's gonna be for you to avert this. This person is going to end up hanging themselves, not literally. Okay, I'm not getting all dark here, not literally, but in a figure of speech, in a figure of speech kind of way. When they say give somebody enough rope, like that's what's happening in this situation. Just be in your zen, be in your peace, and though it can be hurtful to have someone coming at you in this way, know that they're very vulnerable. They have a lot of vulnerability coming to the surface right now. They have a lot of insecurities. They don't feel good about themselves, and so they may be coming in and projecting. The next card coming up for you guys, Aquarius, is the Sun. And this is positive, right? What a nice breath of fresh air coming in with these energies, okay? What a very nice breath of fresh air coming in here with these energies. So the Sun card is a major arcana card. Anytime the major arcana cards come up, we're coming into a new chapter in our life, a new phase, a new cycle, something we've come here to learn, something we've come here to master. And so the major arcana energies are going to be around for a long time. They're not just, even though I do weekly forecasts and we're looking at the week ahead, you know, major arcana isn't just going to be around just for a day or two, or just for like a week or two. This is like coming into a new phase or new cycle. So if you're someone that you like to pull cards for yourself every day, or you like to pull one card for yourself every day, if you get a major arcana card, this is telling you that you're coming into a time of transition. It's not just going to be for that day, right? This is going to be like an ongoing change, an ongoing story. And the Sun card is really excellent energy to have coming up or coming around, because the Sun card has to do with freedom, with being seen, being celebrated, being appreciated. It's the opposite of codependent relationships, the opposite of codependent energies. It's actually the kind of relationship or interaction where you're free to be who you are and you're appreciated for who you are. Like, this is going to be the kind of person that's going to encourage you and not be threatened by you and not be competing with you. There's also a high level of trust in this kind of connection. You're not worried, you're not scared, like, you know, oh my gosh, you know, they haven't texted me back. Maybe they're talking to somebody else. Maybe they're getting ready to ghost me. Like, those things don't cross your mind at all, because it's so established and there's so much trust. You know, okay, well, if they haven't gotten back to me, they're just busy right now. No worries, no problem. They're going to get back to me later when they have a minute, when they have time. They'll check in, or they'll respond, right? There's a sense of playfulness, you know, the inner child being very happy, the inner child, you know, playing very well with someone else's inner child. And there's an element of true love with the Sun card, true love. Travel also, some of you may be manifesting travel, playfulness, freedom, a sense of stability, a sense of success. I also feel here, Aquarius, it's really interesting to me, because there's something here about the cards being followed by the Sun card that's giving me a sense or a feeling that there is some truth coming to light, where some of you have had somebody going around saying very mean or negative things about you. And they've been doing it because they've been trying to make themselves look better. And I'm sad to say, I feel for a lot of you, this could be like in a family dynamic. This could be like a jealous sibling or cousin or something, or just someone that like they want to one-up you. It could be a parent for some of you even. I don't like to throw the word narcissist around lightly, because it is a psychological diagnosis, and I don't have any psychological degrees. I'm not qualified to diagnose anybody. I'm not qualified to give any kind of psychological advice or guidance. But we all know sometimes when we're dealing with someone who's a narcissist or who has narcissistic kind of traits, if they are unable to control us, their next plan of action is to go around and say very negative things about us to other people, to try to turn other people against us, and for them to look like the good person or the good guy. So some of you have had somebody behaving in this way. It could be a coworker, could be a supervisor for some of you. But the Sun card is telling us the truth is coming out and it's going to be revealed, right? There's a positive outcome coming out for you. The next card coming up here, Aquarius, is the Hanged Man, another major arcana card. So we know that the new moon energy is going to be bringing you guys a lot of changes. A lot of changes. Now, I know that the Hanged Man is a card that a lot of people don't like to see. They get a little bit discouraged because they're like, oh, you know, there's not going to be a whole lot happening. And they kind of get discouraged, but they forget that this is a major arcana card. And the major arcana cards, like I said, it's big, big changes. The hangman comes up to tell us a few different things. Number one, the hangman is about enlightenment, seeing things from a different angle, from a different standpoint. Okay, so Spirit is giving you time to see the things you haven't quite caught on to yet, or that you've missed. Also, for me, this is a card that comes up when you're about to manifest something. And Spirit knows that you're putting something out there to the universe that isn't going to make you as happy as you think it is. I've given the example of like people who have dreams about being famous before. Some of you have heard me say it. But I'll give you another example that somebody put in the comments from one of the videos. They said, you know what? Like I kept asking the universe to send me someone that was going to chase after me, and this for this person to be crazy about me, and for us like to have this strong connection. And they manifested this person, but this person ended up being a lot younger than they wanted, right? Than what was ideal for them. So we might be manifesting something that either one, it's not going to bring us the happiness that we think it's going to bring us, or we're not being specific enough. And Spirit is trying to give us time to fine-tune that, to correct that. You know, you can't walk into a restaurant and say to the waiter, oh my gosh, I'm starving, please bring me some food. It's a restaurant. What does that mean? Bring you some food, what? Like, okay, well, bring me a salad. And you think you're being specific. Go on like a recipe website and look up like different types of salads. There's a trillion kinds of salads. Some of them don't even have lettuce in them. You know, fruit salad, chicken salad, shrimp salad, ambrosia salad, all kind, pasta salad, macaroni salad, egg salad, tuna salad. There's all kinds of salad. And even when you go to like vegetables and lettuce, there's so many different combinations, right? You might say, bring me a salad, and you're thinking of something very light and very low calorie and refreshing, and the waiter can come back with a big greasy chef salad with lots of salty cold cuts and cheese and olives and thick mayonnaise dressing. You asked for a salad, right? So it's time to get a little bit specific here. You know, some of you are manifesting on autopilot, and it's time to kind of wake up and pay attention to what you're putting out there. You might be manifesting things that you don't even want anymore because you've changed, you've evolved, you've grown, you've matured, but you're still on autopilot, sending out some kind of signal to the universe. So good time for self-reflection, checking in with yourself, paying attention to your thoughts, because your thoughts are creating constantly. Also, with all these other cards, with this conflict and this, somebody coming at you, sometimes the Hangman can be a card that comes up to let us know that we're making an unnecessary sacrifice. We're making a sacrifice that is unnecessary or unwise. And we would do well to kind of reconsider. And so for some of you, this is coming up so that you can free yourself, so that you can step into that sun energy, right? Like this might not be the best situation to be understanding. It could be a good idea to step aside and let this person deal with the consequences of what they're creating and not engage anymore, right? Maybe some of you are being too patient with someone or too patient in a situation. It might be a good idea, Aquarius, to check out your moon sign and rising sign videos. Some weeks those are going to resonate with you more than others, or they might add in a little extra information. Those of you who want love and romance, those videos will be linked in the description. If you would like a private reading with me, please be cautious, my darlings. It's been brought to my attention that unfortunately someone is going around commenting or like emailing people pretending to be me and trying to get them to directly schedule a reading with them. I don't know if this person's actually doing readings and sending them back, but it's not me. It's not me doing that. I don't email people. I don't reach out and, oh, hey, I haven't talked to you. Why don't you schedule a reading with me? That's not my style. If you want a reading, you're going to let me know you want a reading. I'm not going to come and try to coerce anybody into getting a reading with me. You know, I'm gonna let you let me know when you need me. I'm not gonna come in and be like, oh, you really need to come get a reading with me. I don't do that. I also don't have any kind of a mailing list, so I don't like send out mass emails or mass announcements. I'm not set up for anything like that. So the only way to get a private reading with me is to go to calendly.com/amethystangelite and schedule a private reading with me there. I thank you all for watching, liking, sharing, commenting, subscribing. I'm wishing you all a wonderful week, my dears. Take care.